Hey everyone, this is Jay from the Douchebag Brigade. Girlfriend's not going to be touching this particular video. I am. She's been doing the Persona thing. I was recently watching this video from Nith that was good. Good. It broke down SMT versus Persona and Megaten and the differences and all of that. And I pretty much agree with a lot of what he was saying. I only had one concern, and that was the idea of, he said that he's in the minority when it comes to people who think that Persona has nothing to do with SMT and doesn't need to be included in that realm. That he is in the minority that doesn't think it should stand alone. And I would say that you're not in the minority, because unless someone has only played Persona, there's really no reason for them to think that, and I don't think anyone does. It comes down to the difference being when you're talking about Persona only players, like people who have only played Persona 4 or 5, or talking about fans of the series as a whole. I started off, I believe, with Nocturne, but maybe it was Persona 3. It's been a long time. Either way, Shin Megami Tensei, or Megami Tensei, since that's the book was based off of, and all of that loosely, I would say that in general, anyone who's played a Megami Tensei game or a Shin Megami Tensei game would have to agree that overall is the best and necessity for this game. I don't think we can have a standalone Persona. The concept of Persona using the same demons shows that it is really just a spin-off. Yes, it has more than enough merit on its own, and in gameplay factions with its sim for friendship and growth and social links and all the stuff that makes Persona, at least to new players. It definitely has the ability to have more games come out, I guess. But Shin Megami Tensei, there is no Persona without Megami Tensei, Shin Megami Tensei, Megaten as a whole. There is no Persona. There's no Persona without Persona 1 and 2, which no one seems to care about, and everyone pans it for the graphics and for the gameplay. But honestly, if you've ever played Persona 2 EP on the old PlayStation, or the remake of Persona 1, even with the grid system, they're fantastic games. And really, what I've noticed when going back and playing them, they have a great system that is essentially for people who hate turn-based. I'm not one of them. For people who get tired of the menu function, I mean, they pretty much auto-battle for you in a way that you get to watch the battles fluidly. They have a great mutation system with fusions. Just stuff that they completely left out in all the new Personas that really is a negative, in my opinion. Of course, I don't know that you could combine... You can't combine those two gameplay aspects successfully, I don't think, because actually in Persona 3, I think there was fusion spells, but it didn't really have any merit on the gameplay the same way that does in 2 EP and 2 IS and 1. But to think that Persona, I would be shocked if the majority of Shin Megami Tensei fans, or anyone who's a Megaten fan, whether that be any spin-off at all, thought that Persona could stand on its... Well, Persona is its own entity. It's not. No one in Japan, when this game was being put together, thought of Persona on their own. It was obviously it was obviously the love child of the SMT creators, mixed in with, I want to do something different, or make a side story, or make a new style, something that grabs on. I mean, obviously, If must have been, I think he forgot to mention that SMT If is really the originator of Persona. SMT if is Shin Megami Tensei if. That, I understand, is probably a loose connection because it's the forethought before Persona. Oh, what if we had this in a school with younger kids? Not that SMT 1 and 2 weren't young kids, but I guess school-aged kids? I don't know, don't quote that part. Maybe doesn't make sense. But anyway, the idea that I'm trying to basically present is I really think that he did an excellent job of putting this video together. It was a great video. I actually really enjoyed it. I liked it and everything. I just would be baffled and have to question that one comment, because I have to think that unless you are a blind Persona fan, and I really say that loosely because you're not a blind Persona fan, you're a blind Persona 3, 4, or 5 fan. Probably Persona 4 Golden or 5. Unless you're a blind fan like that, Persona does not exist without SMT. And honestly, when I didn't see Shin Megami Tensei in the Persona 5 moniker, I was kind of like, I don't like that. I mean, I feel like, at least in North America, we should have SMT on every single game, because for us, that's what brings it all together. I mean, the names in Japanese, maybe there's some sort of understanding between how everything is related and mixed. But for us here in America, where we obviously were brought into these games off kilter, like starting with SMT3 and really having no exposure to the first two, I feel like SMT is the only way that we can really keep all that we've played and learned from these games together. Otherwise, we might as well just, just assume that every single one of these games is fully unrelated. The monsters just happen, demons just happen to look the same and are named the same names and use the same spells, as if any other game uses Agi or Zio or Dakaja as titles for their magic. And we might as well just assume that none of them have anything to do with each other, and it's all just coincidental that monsters and shadows and demons all look the same and are the same. And yeah, they had this great idea to make a completely different game with the same demons. I think that's a stretch. I think the idea, they mention different things from different iterations of different games all throughout. I would be really hard-pressed to not think that these games are all related in the same multiverse. Could we go as far as now to create an SMT multiverse? I think I might have to do a video on that, because it sounds to me like it's becoming an SMT multiverse, or actually a Megaten multiverse, because that would be the only way to, I guess, say that everything is happening to the Earth. But I might have to take a step back on that, because even SMT alone has a similar story happen to the same world. But yet we don't know anything further than 1990X and 20XX. So, is it the same planet? Is it the same version of Earth? Or are these all in multiple, maybe not even years, maybe multiple dimensions? Are we having a moment of the AO here? Where all the dimensions are so close that they're just, you have to do a stupid dance and you can get there? See, there's so much to think about that I've gone on an extreme tangent. And now I'm going to bring it back. Okay. Whole point here is that to anyone, I would say the minority of Shin Megami Tensei fans, Persona fans, Devil Survivor fans, Devil Summoner fans, Devil Saga fans, Last Bible fans, Majin Tensei fans, the 3 Ronde fans that exist, the Devil Children fans that don't exist here in the U.S., I'm sure. I would have to, I would have to say that, to sum this up, the minority are the ones that are saying Persona as a standalone game always has been and has nothing to do with SMT. That's my opinion. All right. Well, I'm done ranting. I'm out.